wash match. Excuse me, an enhancement match.
Yes!
So I'm working an enhancement match with this local kid who, one, is probably more nervous than I can even imagine. Two, probably getting his one shot on TV. And three, he's probably doing the best that he can. But none of that's running through my mind as he just screws up one of my patented moves after another. And I noticeably start roughing him up. Now, as I storm back to the curtain after the match, there stands Vince. And I can tell by the look on his face, he isn't there to tell me what a great job I just did. He walks up to me, he looks me in the eyes, and he goes, "Mark, perception is reality. And the reality is that everybody out there in that arena and everyone here backstage thinks you're an asshole." And in that moment, I knew he was right. You see,
One more man!
I wouldn't, you know what? I don't know if any of you may have seen that match. I mean, most of you probably weren't even born yet. But if you had seen it, you may have formed an opinion about me right then and there. See, I'm not proud of my actions that night. And I had to learn the hard way that perception really is reality. And this became my first mental move. Throughout the rest of my career, I constantly reminded myself, no matter whether I was in the ring or I was outside, my actions matter. You know, when I think of perception, I can't help but think of Stephanie McMahon. Now, she's not nearly as big a brat as you think she is off screen. She's actually a lot bigger. I've often thought of Steph as the little sister I never wanted. Well, I guess I'm stuck with you. In all seriousness, you know how much I love you with your family. And speaking of siblings I never wanted, I didn't forget about Shane. From driving me and the Godfather around from city to city, wondering why he had to wear his sunglasses at 2 a.m., to pestering me non-stop about the ridiculously insane bumps that he wanted to take in his matches. He wore me out. And speaking of Godfather,
The whole train!
you know, I've often referenced the two main male influences in my life outside of my dad. Now I need to clarify something. I never said you were a positive influence, but an influence nonetheless. We've been friends for over 30 plus years. We've drank gallons of Jack Daniels.
Yes! Yes!
And we have fought each other over hats, watches, and just about anything you can imagine. But the reality is, I always knew you had my back.